Hey guys, this is Alan at Wise Living Yoga Academy here working on our permaculture project. Just gonna show you guys a little progress update. I haven't been in the garden much this week because I've been doing the yoga course, traditional yoga, so it's not just about the poses or the asanas. It's all about the philosophy and the lifestyle and the diet and everything else. But anyways, we got the grass cut, so you can see took out all the weeds. I had to machete out all of the weeds that were from floor to up over the top of our little nursery here, and I've started a bunch of seeds, so they should be up soon. I just planted most of them yesterday, so you won't see them. But there's watermelon, pumpkin, tomatoes, what else did I do? Some eggplant and some spinach seedlings, all kinds of good stuff here. You can see over here citrus trees, berries. It's nice with everything all chopped down. I've actually started these beds here. They look like a pile of leaves right now, but it's actually layered. So I found what used to be an old hugelkultur, which is the principle of stacking wood, then twigs, then leaves, then compost, and then covering it with mulch. And what happens is, as the mound slowly decays, it actually keeps adding food to your soil. But I found what was left over of one and kind of did the same principle, but a little bit more soil and a little bit less wood, just because I want to plant this in a few weeks when those seedlings start sprouting. And then I made another bed. Over here there was an old compost pile. You can't see it, it just looks like chopped grass. But I did basically the same thing. I pulled up all the good soil, pulled out as much of the grass as I could, and then covered it with mulch. And there's the lovely Miss Johnson walking by. I scraped up a lot of the grass and leaves and put them around all of these bananas, right? We want to keep a layer of mulch around all of our plants because we're going into the dry season, and it's really important to keep as much moisture into the ground as possible, because these don't have the irrigation set up for them right now, and I don't have time to come out here every 2 or 3 days and water them. Oh yeah, another thing I found, which I found just before we started cutting the grass. So luckily I found them and chopped around them with the machete. But all these little pineapples. And I threw a couple more on the ground. I don't know if they'll grow because the tops were chopped pretty tight. But pineapples are great because basically when you chop the top of a pineapple off, you just put it in the ground and that's it. And there you go. It takes about 18 months, but they grow really easy all over the place. See some papayas there. Yeah, they don't need a lot of water. They don't need a lot of fertilizer. You just throw them in the ground and wait, and then you get a new pineapple. Some baby banana trees. There was some irrigation over here that unfortunately got banged up pretty bad by the weed eaters, but we couldn't even see that it was there, so because it was just too high, the grass. Look, we got some little bananas growing over here. Not much on there, but for being completely neglected, it's nice that they're growing anything at all. Some ginger. I found so much turmeric. I didn't know it was there because when the plants die off, it's ready to harvest. The plants died off and they were covered by the weeds. And I'll just show you. Just this area right here. Just this small area right here. I dug out and got a bucket full of turmeric. You can see. There's a little bit, but I just popped that guy right back in the ground to break off the big chunks to use. And then these guys with all the roots and stuff, you just put them right back in the ground, cover them up with a couple inches of soil. And yeah, and then these are what the little seed, the offshoot seeds look like for your turmeric plants. So this guy as well can just go on the ground, cover them with a couple inches of soil, water it, and boom, you got more turmeric. But this whole bed, see, these are the dead leaves here. I couldn't even find them because the weeds were you know, this high. So all of this, I probably have like, I don't know, 10 or 20 buckets full of turmeric to harvest, but I don't know when I'll get to that, so I'm just gonna leave it in the ground for right now. Some mulching around these guys again. This right here is a passion fruit vine that I found. I actually thought that it was a lime, a citrus tree, just because in the weeds all I saw was a couple of the darker green leaves, and it looked very similar to that guy right there. And then I noticed that at the tips of it, they were growing these thumbs on the leaves, and then they were growing these little vine grabbers here, and realized it was passion fruit vine. So I might actually transplant this guy, otherwise I need to build something here for it to climb up. And actually the structure all the way over there, that's kind of like that one but bigger, would be really good for passion fruit, so I'm gonna transplant them over there. Anyways, just a little update of how it's looking. You can see with the grass cut now, there's a lot of potential. We have all of these mounds and swales going, which catch the water. They help with drainage during the wet season and help with keeping the water in during the dry season. Here's some well, and we got another passion fruit plant that I found. I pulled all of these guys. Hey, these are dragon fruits in buckets, and yeah. Anyways, I have a lot of work to do, and I will start tripoding up my camera and doing some actual videos on how to do specific things in the garden after this one. All right, I hope you guys check it out. See you later.